How many people will be in salt mine? We will have 8 people in each main event, 8 for Europe, 8 for North America. And we're going to find out today and tomorrow who the rest of those players are going to be. We already have 5 players confirmed for the main event in North America, 4 confirmed for the European event. Wait, did I see Phil complain on Twitter? No way, did he? Do we have more salt? What did Phil complain about if he complained? I'm kind of curious. I need to go check that out right now. Got to get my daily dose of salt. My salt intake. Let's go take a look. Phil is mad salty. Most boring series ever. Only kickoff goals where he is the favor at because he is a one-to-win. There's no way that Tho is actually that salty, unironically. This has to be a joke by Tho. I'm gonna retweet this. This is amazing. That is actually phenomenal. I'm gonna oh wow. I have to retweet this. I feel like this is potentially just Tho playing into the salt, well, the expectations of salt by tweeting out the saltiest thing he can come up with just to get some follows, and I respect that. You know, if that's what he's doing, I respect that completely. Oh, Rise accidentally fakes AztraL. That's 1-1. Yeah, I've just retweeted that right now, so if you want to go read Tho's tweet for yourself after just being eliminated from the tournament, yeah, go check out my Twitter. That's brilliant. That's so funny. What a tweet by Tho. That's legendary. Yeah, I know Tho left and then came back because he didn't want to let Luis score that many goals. Oh wow, what a save by Rise! I thought surely AztraL has taken a 2-1 lead there. Might still be because Rise is in trouble, doesn't have a lot of boost. AztraL looking for the far post, it's off that post, and Rise on the counter attack. Oh, what a turnaround! This is what I was talking about. If AztraL misses his shots, Rise knows how to play that counter-attacking style. Joy is saying that it's not a joke, Tho really is that salty. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much to Tho for contributing the content that people have been asking for. That is what you like to see. Oh man, imagine complaining about kickoff goals in 2020. That's an aggressive challenge by AztraL. Somehow he reads it perfectly. He's ran a bit too far in field. Oh, look at the cut though. AztraL's got the moves, but again, Rise manages to hang on, and he will get another walk-in open net. Tho says happy that I don't have to play ones for a while. Good thing he's happy. I'm glad that he's happy. I am really, really glad to hear that he's happy. That's all that matters. You know, I said this yesterday. We love to absorb all this salty content that we can, but at the end of the day, we don't want people to genuinely be having a bad time. And you know, Tho happy clearly because he said he is. Yeah, did he even tweet out a smiley face in his last tweet saying that he's happy? Smile, did he? Hold on, let me check it. Yeah, Tho said happy that I don't have to play ones for a while, and then he even put a smiley face there, just so that we would know without a shadow of a doubt that he is happy and not at all mad. That's good to know. Very, very good to know. Read your message. What? Well, I did just read your message. There you go. Job done. AztraL is just trying to break down Rise in this game. He's trying to batter the goal with shots, but Rise is hanging on here. And AztraL's going to need to step up the accuracy and also be careful because Rise counterattacks have been dangerous. He's very good at playing with low boost and defense. Not going to have to do that right now though because he does catch the 100 on respawn. AztraL with the fake pop and now the real one, but Rise again equal to him. And although AztraL's beating Rise to the ball here, it's not too impactful because Rise is there. Oh, that is going to be huge though because AztraL tripped Rise on his recovery. And, you know, without that, it wouldn't be possible to score this goal. Really good line there. I don't know if he meant to trip Rise. Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It looked like he did have that in mind. AztraL felt good in this car last night on stream. I think, yeah, he looks like he's playing with confidence. He's been caught in a couple of counterattacks and missed a few shots, just barely. But still, a good chance for him in this matchup, I'm sure. Good save by Rise again. Now AztraL takes his time, no immediate shot, and although he picked the spot quite well, Rise still gets the save. Nice aerial shot by AztraL, what a finish. 3-3 off a phenomenal shot by AztraL. He got so much power on that one compared to what Rise was expecting. Lewis trolling, throwing the replies. Oh, then I have to go see this. I'm sorry guys who want me to cast this game, but this is premium content right here. I have to see what Lewis is saying. That's just so funny. Let me just go see what else he's saying. So many replies to this tweet. They're all just like they're all just assault replies. I don't see Lewis reply anywhere. Oh, there he is. Wait. Did Lewis delete one of his replies? Because it says tweet is unavailable. I think he may have deleted it. What did it say? Did anybody see the deleted tweet before Lewis deleted that one? Yeah, I saw his tweet where he said Minos speak English, but I didn't see the tweet before that. Oh, he was trash talking Tho in Spanish. It's a little bit cowardly, you know? Trash talking someone in a language they don't understand. Why not just man up and say it in English? It's like talking about somebody behind their back. So AztraL able to come back here against Rise, and I think that's off target. Oh no, it's not. What a shot by Rise. I thought that was hitting the post, but he's picked his spot perfectly here. Really good job by Rise. Just placed it. Yeah, I sometimes see that. Like, someone will talk trash in a ranked game. They'll just say, you know, let's say your teammate is blaming you for a goal that your team just conceded, and then you tell him, you know, you just talk back to him because, you know, if somebody talks trash to you, you're going to talk back. And then they just start speaking in another language. You're like, what are you doing, man? Why are you speaking, or why are you not typing in English? Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind this. Going into typing in a language no one else understands. I don't know. For me, this is some really low-tier trash talk. Very ineffective. Okay, Rise with a 0-second play, potentially. AztraL's not going to give it to him. Rise actually popped that a little bit too high, and now AztraL will confirm the Game 1 win. Remember, AztraL is just outside the top 8 when it comes to qualifying for this tournament right now. He will need to win this game. So will Rise. They absolutely need to win this if they're going to stay in the tournament. It's often because Assault Worlds don't have an English equivalent. Well, that's just not true. There's plenty you can say in English. I mean, if you don't have an equivalent, just come up with a new line. Like, how limited is your trash talk if you only have, like, a few lines that you can say in your mother tongue? Like, everybody, I mean, out of all the things that you learn first when you learn English, trash talk will be, like, the first thing you learn, you know? For a lot of people, the only thing that they learn. Oh, what a save by AztraL. He didn't get the fall off the ceiling that he was looking for. He's way out of the game here, though. I think Rise should be able to catch this one. So after a great save, it looks like AztraL just way overcommitted for the boost. So is Alpha out for the main event? Let me take a look. So yeah, Alpha is behind 3 players on points. He's not out of the main event yet, I think. If the other games all go exactly as he would like. I mean, AztraL needs Lewis and Jorias to go all the way in this tournament, and he needs other players who are currently on 0 or on 4 points to make quarters, and then players who are at 0 points to make the semis. Yeah, Alpha probably not going to make the main event, guys. Probably not, because there's just way too many players who are right behind him on points who are likely to overtake him. Yeah, I'm referring to people who start off in one language and then start trash talking in another. Like, yeah, it's usually how it happens. I don't know about you guys, but in every situation that this has happened in my own ranked games, someone will say something in English, and then you talk back, and then they just start talking some other language. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Did you run out of insults? You ran out of salty content here. Liquipedia and Jarius play semis, so Alpha can't get in. Not necessarily, because I mean, Liquipedia and Jarius, you know, that means that there will be more points given to them, but they're already ahead of Alpha, so that's fine. Like if I go down and look at the rest of the bracket, as long as Ocelon beats Exotic, Alpha still has a chance. Oh dear. Well, did AztraL get bumped in this play? Hold on a second. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at what happened. Did he get bumped? I think he might have. So AztraL probably got just tapped on the way down there from Rise. Johnny ignorant. How is it ignorance by me? I just said, guys, if somebody types something in English and then you reply and then they type in a different language. Like, who does this? This is just complete incompetence in the communication department. Like, obviously, if somebody just types in a foreign language from the very beginning, I'll be like, okay, well, clearly he's not talking to me. He's talking to someone else. Because I don't know what that says. Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly sure that everybody understands a little bit of English in the EU server, just because it's the common language between all of the players in Europe and the European server. It's the one language that everybody knows a little bit of. And you know, if people don't want to go and learn that, that's not my you know, not their problem. It's fine. It's up to them. But I'm just saying, I don't see the point of typing trash talk in a match in a language that isn't English. You know, unless you know the other person speaks that language, then obviously it makes perfect sense. But in the Lewis versus Tho match, Lewis knows that Tho doesn't speak Spanish, so why on earth is he typing in Spanish? Like, who's he typing to? Just like talking about somebody behind, like that's why I said that it's like talking about somebody behind their back, because like, who is he talking to? Is he talking to his, like, viewers who are watching the match and understand what he's saying? Because then, yeah, you're literally talking about somebody behind their back. It's just like, I don't know, not that ballsy if you ask me. It's kind of cowardly. That's a great bump by AztraL. He's back to one here. So yeah, like I was saying, if you're an Alpha fan, you want Ocelon to beat Exotic, that match is happening right now on twitch.tv/subpowerbuttonhd. You will want Ocelon to win that for Alpha to have any chance of making the main event. You also want Scrubkilla to lose to either Growly or HP later. And you want Revzy to lose to either Rob or Rezi later. Those are the results that you're hoping for if you are an Alpha fan. You also want FY Ali to lose to Nolly or Kisai, whoever he ends up playing. So basically, you need a whole bunch of results to go in the opposite direction of what they're expected to go in. Yeah, Rise, very good defensive player. He will punish AztraL if AztraL misses his shots. Revzy versus Rezi Big. Yeah, that's a match that a lot of people have been hoping for. It looks like we might get it today. Last match of the day. It won't be on my stream, but it will be happening. What car is AztraL use? I'm not actually sure what the name of this one is. Maybe somebody in chat can tell you. Oh, Rise misses an open net. Yeah, Liquipedia played on my stream. He's played quite a few games during this tournament. Rise panicking in front of AztraL's net here, using a lot of his boost just to get back to the ball. AztraL's saved up more than he has, and that flick will do the trick, I think. Rise unable to catch it. Pretty careless play by him, as he just left the ball, and AztraL will not be lacking power. Lewis apparently was trash talking in another language, which it's just confusing. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what he's doing. It's just weird. Oh, big bump, but AztraL bounces off the crossbar and gets a save. That is pretty crazy. That's like something straight out of Jesse's stream. It's a new car called Peregrine. Okay, that's a very AztraL car name, Peregrine. He is definitely a quick aerial player. I believe the Peregrine Falcon is the fastest bird in the world. Maybe somebody in chat who's got more knowledge on birds will be able to confirm that. Loves to dive bomb its prey, if I'm not mistaken. That's not something I'm expecting to see from AztraL. Oh, Rice gonna bomb him though off the goal line. No air dribble bump this time. He just drives right past the ball. I love to see this against AztraL because from a tactical standpoint, I think it's a really, really good idea. Phil deleted the salty tweet. No! Oh, somebody better have a screenshot of that so I can go and tweet out the screenshot of the salty tweet for all the people who will wake up later in the day and miss that glorious content. So, come on, man. We're all so proud of you for delivering that tweet to us right after being eliminated. Just perfect timing, really. You're probably going to get a bunch of followers from that as well. That was a misplay for sure. Quick turn by AztraL, but Rise reads it well, spaced himself effectively away from the play. AztraL, fast recoveries as usual, but Rise is tracking him in this play exceptionally well. He can just try and time waste maybe. Oh, that's not the best angle though, I think. Just gets away with it. I thought that AztraL might be able to keep that one up, which obviously would have been terrifying for Rise because it's hard enough to defend against an aerial AztraL play. An AztraL aerial play, I should say, at any stage in the game. But the scariest ones are the ones in 0 seconds because he does not need to play safely at all. He could just go completely all in for it. You have the screenshot? I'm sure they'll pop up on Twitter. I don't believe that. So wait, my retweet is just linking a deleted tweet now. I have to go delete my retweet. Come on, though. Give the people what they want. And then, yeah, Trex is being called out on Twitter for not being salty. They're like, come on, man, you just got eliminated from the tournament. Give us some salt, bro. Good save by AztraL. Wide open now for him. And he will put it on target. Okay, Tho didn't delete the other salty tweet. He kept that one. He kept the one about not having to play ones with his smile in it. What I did isn't a retweet. I retweeted it with a comment, I believe. I think I retweeted it with a comment. Wait, does my Twitter keep I can still see Tho's tweet on my Twitter, but I can't see it on his Twitter. Is it just not updated for me properly? Oh, what a mind game by Rise. Look at this. Huge play at the near post. He faked the demo and now gets the mind game on AztraL. You can see it on my Twitter as well. So how come we can still see it on my Twitter if Tho deleted the tweet? Refresh my Twitter? Oh, okay, so after I refresh it, it'll say tweet deleted. Is that what's gonna happen? Yeah, Tho replied to my tweet there with eyes wide open. The shocked face. Yeah, he's tweeted most boring series ever, only kickoff goals, where he is favored because he's a ones main. It's so good. It's really, really good. Top tier take. Johnny the Boomer of technology. Give me a break, man. I was born in the 90s. I can't keep up with you guys. Ooh! I think I've seen that flick before. This is a pretty recent discovery, I believe, and it's going to be something that AztraL can do very well because he is a master of air roll left and right already. He has them bound, and they're the air rolls that he prefers to use rather than the air roll button. So this is going to be something that's extremely easy for him to pull off with consistency. I thought he might do it again there, instead just goes for the mind game. Quick turns by AztraL. Snaps a shot, but it's not that effective. Rise takes control. People call it the boy flick. I think the best name for it would probably be the quick flick because it's like the fastest acceleration that you're going to see on the ball. And it does happen very fast. It happens very soon after the start of the animation. The ball's already flicked over. It's different from a side flip. It isn't a side flip. It's just a back flip with a flip cancel and an air roll to the left, I believe. I think that's what I heard on Twitter. Yeah, speed flick would also make sense, but it sounds quite similar to a speed flip, so might be a bit confusing there with the terminology. Great placement by Rise. What a series we're seeing here. Two players fighting for their tournament life, fighting for their main event life. and going extremely even in the process. Yeah, for me, Quick Flick is the most sensible name. You know, just it's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like, wow, that was a quick flick. And it rhymes, so got to be more memorable for that reason. AztraL has a lot of space to work with here. He's taking his time. Into the air we go. And he's going to bump rise at the end of this one. Left it very, very late before revealing that the bump was coming. He really made it look like he was going to try and air dribble up high for the rebound, and then all of a sudden he dive bombs rise. Just like the FairJame Falcon, of course. Sticking very true to his name here. Call it the high flick. I mean, it's not exactly a high flick though by default. It doesn't have to be a high flick. Good read by AztraL, making up for what was a open net miss originally. What's happening in the other series? Oscillon 2-0 up and winning 10-2 in game 2. Wait, you mean 10-2 in game 3? So Oscillon is about to sweep Exotic. Wow. Oscillon staying alive in the tournament, and I believe that means Exotic will be out. Not 100% sure on that. I'm going to check, but I think Exotic is now out. Because there's no way that he can win the tiebreaker. Like right now there's a 3-way tie for 13 points where Alpha is winning the tiebreaker because he's beaten Revsy in a series. Exotic hasn't played against either of them, so Exotic is out. If he loses to Oscillon, he's out of the main event run. Because right now Alpha is the one who's winning the 3-way tie. He takes the first tiebreaker between those three. And if Revsy wins his series later in the day, he'll then break the 3-way tie. He'll just be moving ahead of those guys, and then Alpha and Exotic will be out. Main event is July 1st until 5th. You can see the dates and I believe the times as well on the Liquipedia bracket. Let me just check that for you guys before... no, okay, the times of the matches are not yet on the Liquipedia bracket. I'll make sure to get those up very, very soon. Stop skipping replays. I'll skip whatever replay I want to, man. Like, 1v1 has tons of goals, so you can't watch all the replays. Good save by AztraL. That should be a save that wins him this game. Open net on the rebound. AztraL puts it far post and in. And he's ahead by 3. Yeah, the North American matches and the EU matches will be on the same days for the main event. So every single day there will be EU matches followed by NA matches, except maybe the final day where I am considering putting the EU final last, just because EU, well, Khaled is the current Salt Mine World Champion. There will not be a World Finals this year for Salt Mine 2. But we're thinking of letting that be the series that finishes off, well, whatever EU series comes last in the final can be the one to finish off. Oh, great fake. Look at the catch as well by AztraL. 7-3 here. Does AztraL still win the 13-point tie if AztraL joins in? I believe so, because I don't think AztraL has played against Exotic or Revsy. Wait, has AztraL played against Revsy? Maybe he has. Let me check. So Qualifier 1, I think AztraL lost to Tho in Qualifier 1, so they didn't play there. Qualifier 2, I think AztraL lost to Dead Monster. Yeah, he did lose to Dead Monster. Okay, AztraL's beaten Revsy as well. So AztraL and Alpha would probably tie. Wait, what was the score between Alpha and Revsy when they played? Because I think they also played. Or no, did they? No, they didn't. Who did Alpha play against? I'm trying to figure out this tiebreaker, even though it probably won't matter. I doubt that this tiebreaker is going to be relevant, because I think somebody's going to break it by just getting too many points anyway. Oh yeah, Alpha played Resi. I think I might be getting mixed up with my Revsies and my Resis here. Perhaps Alpha isn't in the lead in that 3-way tie then. They might just go to series win percentage, which I have not yet calculated. But yeah, I don't think it'll matter. I really do expect 4 players to finish ahead of 13 points. I expect more than 4 players to finish ahead of 13 points, and that would eliminate Alpha. Has Exotic already lost to AztraL? Has he lost that one? Yes, he has. Wow, AztraL playing really well today. Still in with a chance of making the main event if he wins this qualifier. I don't think Khaled versus First Killer's ever happened. No, I believe no. Somebody told me that they played in ranks, but I don't know if that's true. I also heard that Khaled won those ranked games. I don't know if that's true though, if they played. I wouldn't be surprised if it was though, because I think First Killer does play on the EU server sometimes. Some really good defensive touches there by AztraL. That is a really questionable decision though. I don't know why he went for this. I mean, Rise was right there with the ball, and he had to see AztraL coming. So 1-0 Rise, and this is the kind of mistake that AztraL needs to avoid in this matchup. He needs to avoid overextending, he needs to avoid missing shots by slamming them off the post. Khaled plays on NA server because he can't find games on EU. Wait, seriously? Khaled plays with like 140 ping, just voluntarily? That's absolutely crazy if he does. Khaled plays in NA? What? This guy's he's a mad lad. I don't think he does. But I mean, Khaled did play in NA servers. Wow, what a save by Rise. How did he manage to read that one? Khaled in last year's Salt Mine finals, World Finals, he did have to play against Lionblaze and Chronic on NA servers, and he went positive against both of them. On the NA server matches. I think he beat them both 2-1 on NA servers, and I think it was 2-0 on EU. Were both those series 4-1? I think they may have been. Again, this is something I could just find out for you guys. I believe that there's a link to the Salt Mine Year 1. Yeah, there is. There's a link to Salt Mine Year 1 on the Salt Mine 2 main event here. And yeah, in the final stage, Khaled was able to beat Lionblaze in the quarterfinal 4-1. 2 of those wins for Khaled were on the North American server, and then he also beat Chronic 4-1, and 2 of the wins in that series were also on the North American server. So he beat them on their own servers, and then he swept them on the EU games. Just unbelievable play. The Khaled versus Chronic games on NA were just crazy to watch, because obviously Chronic last year was so impressive in the Salt Mine, and Khaled is still able to beat him even with 140 ping. I don't know, I really don't know how he does it. He was just so much better than everybody else last year. Like it was next level. Khaled last year was crazy good, absolutely crazy good. Nice little fake there by AztraL. He doesn't have much going for him here, but he somehow gets through anyway. You know, I don't think this is plan A for AztraL. He probably wanted to get more than just a 50-50 here when he jumped, but great adaptation. Just a really solid challenge behind the ball, and Rise bounces off it. Phil banned from future Salt Mines. Why would Phil be banned from future Salt Mines? I don't know why he would be banned. There's nothing. I have nothing against players leaving game 5s or game 3s or game 4s early. I mean, if you want to forfeit a 1v1 game in Rocket League, a 1v1 series, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Excuse me. Need to get me some water. Remember to stay hydrated, folks. So this is potentially the last game we're going to see from Rise in this tournament, unless he can sneak out a win against AztraL, who just pit maneuvered him away from the boost. Rise will get a lot of space as he comes down the middle. Probably a bump play on the way, or 50-50, and it will go bottom corner, so revenge on the 50-50 from Rise. Nice little change up there, change of pace. Rise said demos are broken. Wow, what an original and unique take from a Rocket League player. It's like I said the other day, it was so funny. After, I think Speed tweeted out this demo that he thought should have happened in one of his games in the Salt Mine, and then forgotten the name of the guy who it's really well known for the demos, the YouTuber. He just like got the replay and broke it down with an analysis, and he was like, actually you weren't supersonic, so it made perfect sense. Rocket Sledge, yeah. Rocket Sledge is just out here completely shutting down everybody's claims that demos are broken. He's like, actually you weren't supersonic, actually this demo's fine, actually your car was side on here. He's coming up with all these reasons, and people are just like, fair enough, this guy has the most demos in the world, so he probably knows what he's talking about. Beautiful flick by AztraL. Yeah, timed that perfectly. As soon as Rise moved in, as soon as he wanted to put the challenge in, AztraL already pulled the trigger. So clearly a good read by AztraL. That wasn't a reaction to seeing Rise move forward. Well, maybe it was, but it would have to be unbelievably quick. And now AztraL snipes the top corner as he comes off the ceiling. Rise helpless. Absolutely no chance of saving something this accurate and this fast. It's just unreal from AztraL once again. Yeah, a lot of people are upset about demos, but you have to remember, guys, that the game that you're playing, the game that you're seeing is just your client, your game client, trying to predict where the cars and the ball are on the actual server. And there might be slight variances there because no matter how good your connection is, there's still ping. There's still a small delay. And Rocket League's such a fast game that these small delays can result in things like, you know, you demoing your opponent on your screen, but them not getting demoed. Also, your supersonic speed is always, you're very often dipping in and out of supersonic speed because of, you know, slight turns and, you know, not feathering your boost, driving up a wall slightly. You know, all these things can make you lose supersonic. Even hitting the ball can make you lose supersonic because the ball does have quite a lot of mass to it, and it'll slow your car down when you hit it. So there's many reasons why you might not get a demo. You know, you can't just look at it and say it's broken. There is always a reason for it, always an explanation. That's GG's, guys. Rise eliminated from the Salt Mine 2 by AztraL, who's moved on to the quarter-final, which will be tomorrow. There he will be playing against Ocelon. We still have a chance for the all-Netherlands semi here if Ocelon and Jorias both make it through. But AztraL has to be the favorite in this one after how well he played today. Don't overlook Ocelon, though. He just swept Exotic, one of the most impressive players in recent time in 1v1. Lewis B as well, another contender to make the main event, but he's up against a tough nut there, Jorias. Elsewhere, okay, actually I think, oh no, we're not finished yet. HP versus Growly is still happening, and HP ahead. Wow, I did not expect that. I thought Growly would have this one, or have the edge in this matchup, but that will be an interesting rematch. HP looking like he might advance to play against Scrubkilla. And that would be a rematch from Qualifier 1 where that, the series did go to Game 5. HP took Scrub to Game 5 before. Maybe he could do it again. Oh yeah, Alpha played Resi. I think I might be getting mixed up with my Revsies and my Resis here. Perhaps Alpha isn't in the lead in that three-way tie then. They might just go to series win percentage, which I have not yet calculated. But yeah, I don't think it'll matter. I really do expect 4 players to finish ahead of 13 points. I expect more than 4 players to finish ahead of 13 points, and that would eliminate Alpha. Has Exotic already lost to Ocelon? Has he lost that one? Yes, he has. Wow, Ocelon playing really well today. Still in with a chance of making the main event if he wins this qualifier. I don't think Khaled vs First Killer's ever happened. No, I believe no. Somebody told me that they played in ranks, but I don't know if that's true. I also heard that Khaled won those ranked games. I don't know if that's true though, if they played. I wouldn't be surprised if it was though, because I think First Killer does play on the EU server sometimes. Some really good defensive touches there by AztraL. That is a really questionable decision though. I don't know why he went for this. I mean, Rise was right there with the ball, and he had to see AztraL coming. So 1-0 Rise, and this is the kind of mistake that AztraL needs to avoid in this matchup. He needs to avoid overextending, he needs to avoid missing shots by slamming them off the post. Khaled plays on NA server because he can't find games on EU. Wait, seriously? Khaled plays with like 140 ping just voluntarily? That's absolutely crazy if he does. Cal plays in NA. What? This guy's he's a mad lad. I don't think he does. But I mean, Khaled did play in NA servers. Wow, what a save by Rise. How did he manage to read that one? Khaled in last year's Salt Mine finals, World Finals, he did have to play against Lion Blaze and Chronic on NA servers, and he went positive against both of them on the NA server matches. I think he beat them both 2-1 on NA servers, and I think it was 2-0 on EU. Were both those series 4-1? I think they may have been. Again, this is something I could just find out for you guys. I believe that there's a link to the Salt Mine Year 1. Yeah, there is. There's a link to Salt Mine Year 1 on the Salt Mine 2 main event here. And yeah, in the final stage, Khaled was able to beat Lion Blaze in the quarterfinal 4-1. 2 of those wins for Khaled were on the North American server. And then he also beat Chronic 4-1, and 2 of the wins in that series were also on the North American servers. So he beat them on their own servers, and then he swept them on the EU games. Just unbelievable play. The Khaled versus Chronic games on NA were just crazy to watch, because obviously Chronic last year was so impressive in the Salt Mine, and Khaled is still able to beat him, even with 140 ping. I don't know. I really don't know how he does it. He was just so much better than everybody else last year. Like it was next level. Khaled last year was crazy good. Absolutely crazy good. Nice little fake there by AztraL. He doesn't have much going for him here, but he somehow gets through anyway. You know, I don't think this is plan A for AztraL. He probably wanted to get more than just a 50-50 here when he jumped, but great adaptation, just a really solid challenge behind the ball, and Rise bounces off it. Phil banned from future Salt Mines. Why would Phil be banned from future Salt Mines? I don't know why he would be banned. There's nothing. I have nothing against players leaving game 5s or game 3s or game 4s early. I mean, if you want to forfeit a 1v1 game in Rocket League, a 1v1 series, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Excuse me. Need to get me some water. Remember to stay hydrated, folks. So this is potentially the last game we're going to see from Rise in this tournament, unless he can sneak out a win against AztraL, who just pit maneuvered him away from the boost. Rise will get a lot of space as he comes down the middle. Probably a bump play on the way, or 50-50, and it will go bottom corner. So revenge on the 50-50 from Rise. Nice little change up there, change of pace. Rise said demos are broken. Wow, what an original and unique take from a Rocket League player. It's like I said the other day, it was so funny after I think Speed tweeted out this demo that he thought should have happened in one of his games in the Salt Mine, and then I've forgotten the name of the guy who it's really well known for the demos, the YouTuber. He just like got the replay and broke it down with an analysis, and he was like, actually you weren't supersonic, so it made perfect sense. Rocket Sledge, yeah. Rocket Sledge is just out here completely shutting down everybody's claims that demos are broken. He's like, actually you weren't supersonic, actually this demo's fine, actually your car was side on here. He's coming up with all these reasons, and people are just like, fair enough, this guy has the most demos in the world, so he probably knows what he's talking about. Beautiful flick by AztraL. Yeah, timed that perfectly. As soon as Rise moved in, as soon as he wanted to put the challenge in, AztraL already pulled the trigger. So clearly a good read by AztraL. That wasn't a reaction to seeing Rise move forward. Well, maybe it was, but it would have to be unbelievably quick. And now AztraL snipes it top corner as he comes off the ceiling. Rise helpless. Absolutely no chance of saving something this accurate and this fast. It's just unreal from AztraL once again. Yeah, a lot of people are upset about demos, but you have to remember, guys, that the game that you're playing, the game that you're seeing is just your client, your game client, trying to predict where the cars and the ball are on the actual server. And there might be slight variances there because no matter how good your connection is, there's still ping. There's still a small delay. And Rocket League's such a fast game that these small delays can result in things like, you know, you demoing your opponent on your screen but them not getting demoed. Also, your supersonic speed is always, you're very often dipping in and out of supersonic speed because of, you know, slight turns and, you know, not feathering your boost, driving up a wall slightly. You know, all these things can make you lose supersonic. Even hitting the ball can make you lose supersonic because the ball does have quite a lot of mass to it, and it'll slow your car down when you hit it. So there's many reasons why you might not get a demo. You know, you can't just look at it and say it's broken. There is always a reason for it, always an explanation. That's GG's, guys. Rise eliminated from the Salt Mine 2 by AztraL, who's moved on to the quarter-final, which will be tomorrow. And there he will be playing against Ocelon. We still have a chance for the all-Netherlands semi here if Ocelon and Jorias both make it through. But AztraL has to be the favourite in this one after how well he played today. But don't overlook Ocelon, though. He just swept Exotic, one of the most impressive players in recent time in 1v1. Lewis P as well, another contender to make the main event. But he's up against a tough nut there, Jorias.